Guys, this is the OMG moment that we saw last night at the preliminaries, and we're gonna start with the positive one. The biggest OMG moment was when Harnaz walked on stage. You laid that down. Oh my God. I mean, I
Amazing.
know that was a Vietnamese design, I'm sure of it. It was fantastic. She was beautiful. She glowed, and she had a fierce Sherni look, and that's what we were missing. We were wondering where Harnaz was, and the minute she was announced that she's going to be part of the jury, we were excited. I think that stole the entire show. Harnaz's return,
I think
fierce return.
all have, yeah, we have Naz on her Naz, as she normally says. And the fact was, she was coming on the stage after a long time. And while we know that she's been losing weight, but never too sure about styling, and that was something that we were just hoping just gets right. And I was so thrilled, over the moon, to see that the styling was spot on. So I think that was a clear OMG moment. And thanks to the designers and the makeup artists, it's all about the styling as well. I do believe that she could have got a better stylist at Miss Universe, but that's another discussion. So I think that was the first oh my God moment. I remember I texted Emma.
The
Emma,
positive.
I said, oh my God, you have to see this, and we sent the picture. And when she saw, it was like, oh, I wish, okay, one day we'll post our reaction video. But it was like,
We
oh my
would.
God, this is it. It was a very, very joyful moment, and oh my God moment, unexpected, totally blew our mind away. So that's the first OMG
This
moment.
is absolutely, this OMG moment is probably the highlight of this new year, this entire year for us in terms of pageantry, because she is our queen and she'll always be our queen. And it is a lovely return. We will remember,
And
and
the
we
first time when
know
she
she's
came
back.
to Vietnam, when she was Miss Universe, compared to her now, she's looking so much better. There are so many small memes that are running
Yeah,
around.
and like you said, Guru, the styling is spot on. She was in one of these press meets and something going on, and she had her hair straightened and she's wearing this short.
Oof,
I was like, I was like, is that her Naz? Is that
it
her Naz? I had to kind of
reminds me
zoom
of
in
Kuch Hota
sometimes.
Hai,
Oh
Rani
my God,
Mukherjee. That Rani Mukherjee look in Kuch
the
Hota Hai, where
straight
she
thing and the
straight
short,
hair.
and oh yeah, she was. I mean, wow, guys, it's game on. Her Naz is back, so learn to zip it now, because we're not gonna take any bashing for her Naz now. So be careful, guys. Okay, so now is the fun part, because these are the funny this is the funny OMG moments. I just had mine. Okay.
Let's start.
And we're gonna start with the first one. I think a lot of you people want to know is the Russian cosmic twins. We saw
Wins.
Miss Russia. We saw Miss Russia. Then we saw Miss Russia. Then we saw Miss Russia. What was happening?
What was
Guru,
going on, Emma?
do you know what was
Spill
happening?
the beans.
So here's what happened, guys. Actually, Miss Russia, there were two crownings, one in Crimea and one in Russia. So Alisa is, I assume, is from Russia, and the other girl, I keep forgetting her name. She is obviously from Crimea, but there are some issues, political issues, and so that's the reason why she could not wear the Crimea sash for this pageant. Don't know why, but it has something to do with the Vietnamese government and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So that's why
Because
we
I
have
think
Russia
in
and
MGI
Russia.
there is Premier. They do represent.
There is, but
Yeah.
then MGI was held again in Vietnam, so I don't know what happened, right? So I'm
Uh,
not sure why did they do that. But well, I think for our sake, they could have at least said Russia 1, Russia
One
2, or
Russia.
Russia A, Russia B.
There were times in Miss World there used to be South Africa and Miss South Africa West or something. There were two South African representatives that used to be there. One used to be a fair-skinned lady, and the other used to be a black. So it was like that, but that was a different context. So we were quite amazed.
Yeah,
Me too, but
but
thank you.
these girls were
Yeah.
both crowned in individually different pageants altogether. So they are obviously from different pageants, although they're both labeled as Russia. So guys, if you are a supporter of Russia, just remember the names and who you, because it's gonna be funny if they were both standing in the last two and then the
And
winner
both
is
of
Miss
them were
Russia.
yeah, both of them were wearing silverish gowns, so you couldn't even compare.
One was absolutely impeccable and the other one was really 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 boring, so I think I know which one stood out. So that is the whole mystery of two Miss Russias that we're going to address, obviously. And now, okay, the second one is a fun one because it's titled Ukraine's
Oh
Pain.
my gosh!
And Guru,
I
this
feel her
doesn't seem to
I
end.
feel I feel her pain. It's been starting from the national costume till last evening, where she's just been tripping, toppling, hitting herself, and I hope she maybe it's a vision that is needs to be done, or a simple preparation that needs to be done. So walking, preparing in your gown, and looking, I think having basic
I
vision.
think she has some problem with the peripheral vision, so she can't really see on the side. But how do you make mistakes like that? I mean, again, and another thing is, I guess, okay, the evening gown round, um, I would blame those capey things. Why do you need to have those flary capey things? It is just like we just spoke in the evening gown. We don't need to see that. You're not butterflies, and this is not like, when we were in school,
Maybe
when we
they
have
are.
any cultural
Supermans with this background, and they're trying to go in the Cosmo.
Yeah, you remember in school, every time there was some event, the teachers would say ek dupatta leke aana, and they would tie it on our hands here and tie it on the back. So we'd have this little butterfly thing. That was the standard dress for schools in India when we had to do some cultural dance when we were kids, like when I was in the third or fourth grade. Mum's dupatta tied like this, and we would keep flaring our hands about.
Clapping.
It's just so stupid. I'm tired of it. Don't do that. She had a nasty fall. She could have broken her ankle. She wore really, really high heels. My God, she could have hit her head on the floor. You know what? I mean, I feel sad, but you bumping into something that is funny. Now that
Mm.
was funny, and we all laughed on that one. So, I guess, but I hope you find Miss Ukraine, and I hope you see no blunders on the final show.
Emma, what is the
Okay.
number 3 OMG moment?
The number three is the funniest one because I noticed this was Miss New Zealand evening gown walk. Guys, take a look at this. I'm sure we're gonna try and put a video up here. So I called it the Zandubam walk. When Miss Zandubam, hoi darling, tere liye. So watch her. She holds her thigh and she keeps going. Throughout, like up and just one side, like when you fall on your hip and you keep rubbing your hip, like ow, ow, ow. It was like that. It was like she was going on like and then she kept walking even after she introduced herself. She turned around again. She started rubbing her hip. What was going on? That was like a total Zandubam
Maybe
moment.
Zandubam is not the case. Iodex se kaam chalaiye.
But she wore a green gown and Zandubam is green. And I have Zandubam here. I can show you it's green. I can't live without it. But yeah, so that was the funniest thing. Like, I don't know what was she trying. Was she trying the Catriona turning and rubbing her hip and that thing? No, it was just up and down,
Maybe
rubbing, rubbing.
it's like those Miss Puerto Ricos. People keep saying neck shoulder dislocated neck. So yes,
I
people
don't
do take
think
risks.
she
You should take risks, but it didn't land properly at all. Not saying don't take risks, but
because
take.
when you see it again and again, it looks so awkward. It looked awkward and it just didn't make any sense.
But Emma, you were able to notice. I was not able to notice when you told me. I said, "Oh my God, this looks very weird." Sometimes lack of awareness. So maybe she would have done in her best intentions, but one should at least also take a view of people around you. I'm sure that would have
Yeah.
been the case either. But yeah, I think Zanduba moment was definitely one of the OMG moments.
Definitely Miss New Zealand. Okay, and here's the fourth and the final one, which was a very funny one, which I noticed again. We both were watching it together. So funny. Miss Nigeria in the swimsuit round. Watch it carefully. I guess we're gonna put a video. She walks really, really slow. And it's not evening gown, it's swimsuit. And then she was like, and I was like, oh my god, Nigeria is low on fuel. She has no energy. And then suddenly she trips. It's like she gets a jump start and then she's like dun, dun, dun. She just starts moving really, really fast. It was so funny. Watch it again. Miss Nigeria in the swimsuit. You noticed that when I told you, didn't you?
This was like, क्या ही बोलूं? It's like Mata si chad gayi ho. Suddenly Mata.
Suddenly Mata chad gayi and she was very slow and then suddenly and then Miss Nigeria.
Maybe the national director would have have a remote control where the current went into her.
Yeah, I think he just increased the speed, like video game. Jaldi chalo, jaldi chalo. The current came and then she just suddenly started walking fast. It was so funny. It was so funny. I mean, girls, I mean, I don't think they think
I think
about
she.
what we're
I,
seeing, or maybe they
I think it
practiced
was not
enough. Or
planned. I think it was not planned. No, no, not like Miss New Zealand. It was more like she wanted to gain her balance, and in that she became a little, to gain her balance, she ended up walking a bit fast, and then she
so,
continued with that
so
pace.
yeah, you've noticed like even on ramp shows when girls fall down, they get up and they clap and like,
Clap.
oh, okay,
Please
I'm fine.
don't do
So
that,
they want to
girls.
just,
Please don't do
yeah,
that. Only one girl did it, which was in 2007. Miss USA, when she fell right on her butt. And then she moved into top five. But after that, anyone and everyone who's done that clapping has not worked. So be careful.
yeah. I just don't think, I mean, it's okay to fall and stumble and you wake up and then you get up and that's just quite normal. But you could see, like with Ukraine, when she fell in the swim in the evening gown, she just came back super smiling, like super excited and happy. And like, so I kind of felt bad, although she didn't try to, she had to keep it up for herself and not lose it because it can be really, really distressing. There are girls who fall in Victoria Victoria's Secret's fashion show and they go backstage and cry their head off, so it's really sad. But it was funny. The way Nigeria
But I
did
think,
it, it was really sweet and it was quirky and it was very funny. But
just to add to, what you're
uh,
feeling, for the girls, it would be very, very emotionally traumatic on that very stage, that very moment for which they have taken years or months to prepare, and it's crunch time, and there you don't given your 100%. How would a person feel? And even though they're trying to be smiling, they know that their chances are finished. You know, just to be able to stand up with courage, and yes, because there's hardly any room for error because there's so many beautiful women. So they
Guru,
know at that point in time it's game over for them, and
hmm.
it's tough. So yes, so I don't know how you guys manage it, but
No, no, kudos because I'll tell you something, Guru. He knows me all my life, and I have the biggest fear I have is high heels, and I've always loved to wear high heels. But you have no idea how many times I've fallen down on my butt in weddings, front of people, like in gatherings, like so many times. I used to be petrified, and I would always hold my mom, like, but I wanted to wear heels, but I'd always fall. And how many times I twisted my ankle? And obviously, I'm not some contestant or anyone great. I would just be in this gathering, and I would embarrass myself, and I would think about it like for days and weeks, like I fell in front of people, and here you're on the stage, in front of the world, but you're still smiling and you keep it together. So it's wonderful. It was very sweet and quirky, and the way she handled that recovery was so cute, and it just reminded me
just
of
don't just don't
so,
hold the. Sometimes you keep take it on to yourself that why you could have done better. I think that's too much of baggage that one carries
yeah,
throughout their lives. So
yeah.
it's easier said than done. We all
I
carry
mean,
it.
I'm still
Yeah.
petrified of heels. If I'm wearing heels, I'm so mindful. I just look down. I don't care where I am. I just keep looking down the steps, the carpet. I keep thinking I'm just gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. So it's amazing. And when I see these girls walking in evening gown and it's all touching the ground and the heels you can't see, so it can get entangled, which of course happened to poor Miss Ukraine. I am scared. I'm actually having like jitters, like, oh God, something's gonna happen, something's gonna happen. Which of course Miss Thailand, of course, we're gonna talk about with her evening gown. Just a brief mention, Guru was talking earlier. She again had the dupatta thing flaring about. She got entangled in it, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna fall, she's gonna fall, she's gonna fall. So, but that's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
Ditch that flary thing. No more. We don't need that. You girls don't need that. You need a beautiful. Somebody please wear a ball gown. Yes, please.
there's
I would
always a
love.
silver lining to this, Emma.
Mm.
You still become memorable. Like we always will remember Miss Ukraine for this. So it's for another reason, but yeah, she'll be memorable. Even, for example, the guys, you must see our top 10 moments. There's a video that we did on the funny moments in pageantry, and in that there is the very famous question about. I personally believe about
Ah,
the
the North
map.
Carolina Team USA. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So
I mean, it's so my
that's
love of
memorable.
them.
So it's the worst thing that could have happened to her, but she's still remembered even till this date, and we laugh it off. And she's grown out of it. So, guys, life will take its own turn, and just be positive and chill. It's just a pageant.
All right, I think that's pretty much it for
No, no,
over
no, no,
over
no, no,
this.
Emma. There are two more which need special quick mentions. The first is Miss Philippines on the wheelchair.
Yes.
So we see there is a photograph that's running around the Instagram or various portals where she's
Yeah.
in a thing and she's moving. But the very next day, we see her, rocking the swimsuit round in a great passerella. So we don't know what really happened. And the second one is the fact that Miss Colombia and Miss US Virgin Islands today have withdrawn from the competition. So yesterday, in fact,
Oh
we
my
were expecting
God.
them, and
Yes,
when their
yes.
names were not called out, it was like you have two Russias and you don't have two front runners. So that was a bit of a pet peeve. I think health reasons is what has been cited by the owner of the competition, but we have clearly no idea. So probably we'll get to know more about that once the competition completes.
Progresses. I know it is. It was very shocking because while we were watching, a lot of fans were like, "Where's Colombia?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, where's Colombia?" And U.S. Virgin Islands was one of my favorites, and she was on my list. So I was like, "Yeah, where is she?" Because after USA, USA is not. Oh, I don't like USA's fake tan. It's just so boring. So I was all U.S. Virgin Islands is going to come, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, she didn't." And then it was Venezuela. So I was really surprised. We don't know what's happening. Well, I just hope that it's not health and it's something else, and they are in good health because that's what we all need now in this world today. So I do wish that it's nothing serious, and I hope to come back to the finals. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Now we're going to talk about the impactful beauty crown. It was designed by, I think it was a contest, and this I completely forgot the name, guys. Please remind us. So it was a winning design, and this was chosen as the crown and the tiara. So we have two, and I'm wondering if we're gonna have a first princess, second princess going on because there was a crown and a tiara. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see there's gonna be like two winners and what's gonna happen with them, and so and two girls are gonna get to wear the crown. So that's also super exciting for the contestants as well because they have a chance to wear the crown as well, and it's really, really beautiful. It's absolutely adorable. And if you look at Hondura's gown, they had a similar star that she put on her dress here, which is also on the middle of the crown. And I saw it. I was like, did she see the design before when she made the crown?
it's
Or was
like
it a
Chavi.
happy
It's like Chavi's
coincidence?
national costume of Taj Mahal.
Yeah, and she had this beautiful satin ring. She had the satin rings on
Mhm.
her gown. It was very cosmic and lovely, beautiful. But then if you look at from the side, it looked like a cycle rickshaw. In India, you have cycle rickshaws when the hoods are down. It looked like that. So it looked like she was a cycle rickshaw from the side, but from the front, she looked like Saturn, which is of course not a very happy planet, but the Saturn rings, the rings of Saturn looks very beautiful. So she, let's see, the crown was beautiful. I love the design. I love that we have a tiara as well. I'm wondering, is the tiara something the same winner's gonna wear on small occasions on the crown or the big one? I don't know what's going on. Or are we gonna see two girls with a crown and a tiara? What did you think about it? But I think this is fantastic. Absolutely loved. Exquisite blue sapphire, not blue sapphire, it was blue turquoise diamonds. I loved it. I think this is one of the best crowns right now. I love this. Apart from Miss World, of course. This is my second favorite
Mm. True. I think Miss World always remain a
crown. Yeah,
lead,
Miss World always be number
also
one.
because it's been there for a long time.
Hmm.
So just to add to what Emma said, the competition which garnered more than 100 designs was Cosmos Utopia. And the impactful crown, which was chosen, is great. Again, I do feel it's blue, which is similar to Universe. The tiara that you mentioned is going to be worn by the first runner-up. So I'm quite happy about that because normally
Hmm.
you have the top two, and
Hmm.
then the first runner-up really doesn't get anything or doesn't get noticed. So
Hmm.
happy that she's going to get a tiara. So I do believe that's not going to be two crowns or two tiaras and one mane. There's going to be just one mane and one tiara, which the first runner-up will wear. And again, it symbolizes the hope and the aspirations of Miss Cosmo, which is the infinite. There's an infinite loop as well if you carefully look into the center of the crown. So very
Yeah.
well crafted. It also
And
looks
it
like
was
a
there were
spaceship
intricate
for me.
designs all throughout the crown at the bottom as well. Very beautifully crafted. And if you know the way the pillars were, it reminded me of the twin nebula, I think it's called. I can't remember. So the nebula has this similar twist. So I think they took a lot of inspiration from the cosmos as well. Blue, yes, I don't think Miss Universe can copyright that and say that we are blue and no one can do blue. The sky, the cosmos is primarily blue and shades of blue and purples and pinks. So blue is dominant. So it's natural that you would call something like that blue. Now, green is obviously,
Again,
you
Emma, it has those blue
know,
sapphires, which is like again a challenge. If you remember, they're very
it was
important.
not, no. So the color of blue, Guru, if you see, is not the deep, dark navy
It's the
blue.
light,
It is
but
turquoise blue.
yes.
It is
So the
turquoise
first
blue.
one,
Like
the
you see in
main.
the stars behind us. Can you see the little glow of the turquoise? So the turquoise is reminiscent in the universe when you are seeing galaxies or um yeah, mostly when you're seeing galaxies, distant galaxies, you see this blue hue and stuff like that. You guys will know more why that is. But so that I'm happy they picked this turquoise blue,
True.
and
So
they
it's
did not go for
emerald
that
blue
deep
diamonds. The
sapphire
main.
blue.
So if you see, the main stone of the winner's crown is actually the emerald blue diamond. It is not the sapphire. Whereas the Miss Universe, the main
Yes,
gem is the
they
sapphire.
it's sapphire. Here there is no sapphire.
There
They
are there are sapphires, but those are small gems.
they're
They're about
small, but
uh, they're
yeah,
not the main
not as
one.
prominent
They're 116
as the one you see.
carats
So it
of
was
blue
more
sapphire.
whites and this turquoise blue. And it's the perfect blue sapphire. So I do like it. I love it. I'm sure that it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous when it sits on the winner's head because it's beautiful. And the tiara, I think that's wonderful. It's a beautiful gesture that the first runner-up is going to be wearing it, and I think they deserve to wear it because they also work very hard, and we're actually going to see it.
I
Unlike
like the
what
fact that it came
those.
out of a competition, but I would have preferred if they would have actually taken top three designs and let the people vote, rather than just choosing it out of. Then it would have come from the people. In Miss Universe, there was one year in 2009 when they
Hmm.
had, I think, Diamond Nexus crowns. They had three versions. There was Hope, Unity, and Peace, and then the
I
Peace
remember.
one.
Yeah. I
One.
remember.
Whereas when we saw Miss
Here it
Universe, then
was
she
France who said
chose
piss and cheers.
Peace. Yeah, the winning crown is Peace.
Is
Diana Mendoza, she
I
unveiled the
think that
crown and it
was
was
the
like,
one whose energy that came into Miss
and
Universe after
that fell also. So it'll be important how this first crown sits at the time of crowning, because we've seen whenever a crown falls,
all.
that's another.
Down his piss, and then that was, I think, a given. But yes, I think it was a fantastic crown. So for me, this is number two. Number one will always be the Miss World crown for me. Okay, I think this is it. And now we're moving
Top
into
three,
top
the top three
three
evening gown.
favorite and evening gown. So we just picked our favorite evening gown looks. This is not necessarily the girls we're going to
But
be
not the
choosing.
performance. Yeah, it's
Nothing to do.
just
It's just
the gown.
overall performance that I thought and Guru thought really, really popped, sparked, awed us, and was like it just stole the show, right? So for many good reasons. So okay, Guru. So you're gonna go with your, and then I'll go with
Number
mine.
three for me is Miss Honduras. Except for her
Okay,
eyes. I don't like her popping.
it's
It's like
my
those
darling.
tailgates or those, traffic
Hmm.
lights or those headlamps. I think
Headlights,
you should
yeah.
just reduce it a little more demure, a little more cutesy. And I think that really helped. But I do feel that she imbibed the whole Cosmo element into her gown, even while she was walking, the tassels.
Yes,
I think that
yes.
was really a moment. So for me, number three, Honduras. Honduras.
Shiraz.
Okay, Emma, number three for you.
Number three for me is another blue one. So I funnily, was conflicting with two blue gowns. One, of course, was Honduras, and then I decided to go with Miss Albania.
Good
I
choice.
think, and I've always had Albania on my list somehow in every pageant, and Albania was beautiful with this blue. She had a lovely stole that it was absolutely with this beautiful velvet sheer, shimmery thing. And the train looked like a peacock feather. But you know what? She worked it. She knew
Worked
it was
it.
supposed to walk with that, but she knew how to kick it aside,
Trained
walk,
it. She was
kick it
trained.
aside, turn, so she handled it
She had
beautifully, and
control.
that's what I loved about her. The other girls were all
Yeah.
everywhere, like
I think
smiling, but
she was
she knew
walking
she
the
had to
gown. The gown
control.
was not,
Yeah, she
overpowering.
controlled the gown. The gown did not control her, so she knew she had to kick it in some angles to make a turn. She handled it beautifully. She looked absolutely stunning, and the work here and the collar here, ooh la la, absolutely beautiful. So Albania is the number three. Who's the number two for you?
So for me, number two is the host country delegate from Vietnam. I do believe that the intricacies of her gown were to die for. And I think she was wearing something on her earpiece that was like very cosmic, and she handled it extremely
Six
well.
stars, yeah.
It just showed every nuance of when she's walking. It was actually complementing and not distracting. So working that gown, in that gown, Vietnam, number two.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, number two for
Number
you.
two for me, Vietnam. For me too, it's Vietnam. She was gorgeous. That gown, the tassels, beautiful. It was this. It was not exactly white. It was more beige, and it was more beige and gold and like subtle. I would say it's champagne color. I guess that would be the right way to say it. It looked beautiful. She is stunning, and that gown complimented her. And she was graceful and very royal when she walked. And oh my God, this girl can't do any wrong. So I'm a one of the biggest fans of Vietnam in this competition. She's a strong one. Okay, who was number one favorite in evening gown for you, Guru?
For me, it has to be Thailand. I love the multicolored. There's a famous bird. She reminded me of that bird, and the way that bird flaps her wings. It just shows how beautiful nature is. And she has a very bubbly personality. It came out through the gown. She was able to, and even the reveal, how she twisted and suddenly came. It was amazing. I really found
Yes.
it to be a daring dress, and she pulled it off very well. So yeah, for me, there are so many multicolored dresses that come in, but I think for me, this one
This
has
worked.
the
This
one.
absolutely worked. It was beautiful. It had so many colors and it wasn't garish, it wasn't loud. It just worked. It was very beautiful. I agree with you. Okay, so for me,
Yours?
hmm,
Who is yours?
my number one is Miss. Okay, I have to say it properly because there are two of them. Is Miss Russia number one, Alisa. Alisa, the blonde, the beautiful white
Russia
gown
won.
that she wore. Russia one. Okay, we're gonna call her Russia one, Alisa.
The
Her
other one is
white
the other one
gown.
is Lassia.
Selassie, she looked like a swan. I mean, it was so beautiful on her. And you know what? When I saw her with her absolute platinum blonde hair and her beauty, she's got the most beautiful smile. Watch her when she smiles. She looks cute as a button. She's so cute. And she looked like a swan and she reminded me of the Snow Queen. So when I saw, Russia, the snow and like her, it was just like this fairy tale, the Snow Queen. I remember reading when I was growing up. She reminded me of the Snow Queen.
But
That was
Emma, what
beautiful.
was
And
your connection with you and Russian queens? Because even in Grand last year, it was Miss Russia who
it
took
was
the
Miss Russia.
venue.
Exactly. It was Miss Russia again. She did win Best in Evening Gown. I remember
Yes, she
because
did.
a beautiful gown. So they really know how to get some fantastic looks. And they always do white. So they have the swanny thing that they've done.
Royalty.
They've
Yeah.
done before as well. I love it. And I do like white on a like I love wearing white. I love wearing blue. So these two colors are my favorites. So you'll see a lot of white and blues in my favorites, which of course you did see. So I do love Russia. It's one of my favorite countries in the whole world. I love the people. I've had the most amazing time in Russia. So I think it's very close to my heart. So it's probably why you'll always see me being like partial to Russians because they're actually wonderful and the girls are gorgeous. I mean, you can see Alisa. I mean, I don't have to explain it. My God, and so I'm very excited for her. All right,
Okay, Emma, it is crunch time, and this is the moment that most of our followers are waiting to hear and know. Who are our top 15? So, guys, it's going to work like this.
we have segregated our top 15 into three categories. The constellation contestants, who we feel are definitely going to catch your attention. Then, of course, strong contenders, which will be under the galaxy section. And of course, the Cosmo, which is, of course, the top five girls who probably will be seen in the winner circle. So, this is how we're going to go about it. All right, guys. So, we're going to start with, of course, the constellation category. Guru, who are the five girls
So, in
in
no particular order, these are Miss South Africa, Miss Greece, Miss Cote d'Ivoire, Miss New Zealand, and Miss USA.
Oh wow, you got USA on your list. That is a surprise. Okay, so for me, in my list in the constellation category is Dominican Republic. Heather, this is the first time for Dominican Republic because I think she is absolutely fantastic. So she could definitely do some damage. And of course, we have my favorite country, Miss Egypt, Noor. Noor is gorgeous, and I do feel she would play somewhere because you know what? She brought it together. And Let's see. And of course, I have Greece, Constantina, gorgeous girl, can't miss her. She's fantastic. And I have Miss Russia 1, Alisa. Well, you guys know why. And of course, the last girl is South Africa, Lebo Hung. She is, well, yes, we both. I think, I'm not a fan of Tanzania. I'm not sure what everyone's going on about. I think South Africa is amazing, guys. Take a look at her. All right, so the next one
So,
is
Emma, you
what?
spoke about Tanzania. And right now, if we look at the voting, which basically qualifies the winner to be part of the top 10, is Tanzania. She's leading the
No,
vote. It's called the Big Bang, which is the
I don't
business
know why.
side of this whole pageant. And, I was trying to vote for a contestant and they said it's for $3. And that's very,
$500, by the
yeah, it
way.
goes from 3 to 500, 499. I mean, this is clear business, I think. So that's why the grand element is also added in Cosmo. It's actually a
Well, they need
khichdi.
the money to run the show, I guess. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how many sponsors we
At
have.
least
Although
give the first one vote free, no? At least give that. In Miss Universe, they give the first vote
I
free, and then the rest one is like
maybe in the second year it won't be so bad,
for the
So
second stage they wanted it.
probably.
Okay, Emma. So
Okay,
who are
let's
in
just
your
quickly finish with this. We
galaxy?
have the Galaxy section, and these are the girls that we're not sure about the cut yet. It was going to be top 20, top 40, or what's going to happen. We don't know, but we know that these girls in the Galaxy section will definitely somehow place. These are our favorites. Guru, start with the top 5.
Okay, so there's Vietnam, the host country delegate.
My
There
God.
is
Okay.
India. There is Honduras. There is
Mm.
Indonesia, and there is Ghana.
You scared? Who?
Ghana. Ghana.
Ghana? Oh my God. Okay, okay. All right. This
Yeah.
is interesting. Okay, so for me in my galaxy category, I have Australia, Lydia. She is like tall, beautiful, gorgeous, and she walks extremely well. So I know that she's gonna make some impact. Of course, Spain, Alexandra. I never put Spain this year. I put Spain because I think she's absolutely stunning. And of course, India, same as Guru, Rajeshri. I know she's gonna make the first cut without a doubt.
Pleasant
And
surprise. Pleasant surprise. I think India, we were actually quite surprised to see both her evening gown and her swimsuit. She really rocked it. So well done.
absolutely good. I hope she moves much more high in the competition. But
And
as of now,
smiles a bit. Smiles a little bit. Swimsuit was
she
very, very
needs to kind
strong.
of work a little bit more friendliness and a more
Too
natural
sharp,
thing.
yeah.
She's too modest. She needs to kind of loosen up a bit. That's the only thing I would want to see a change in her. Of course, again, my sweetheart from MGI. This is Honduras. Brittany is back, guys. So she's definitely on my list, and I
Dim the
love it.
eyes, dim the eyes. That's it.
I love those eyes. She's like so cute and anyway. And of course, this is a beauty. You guys may have missed it because she's not as she's not popping as everybody else, but it is Miss England Charlotte Grant. Now look at her. She's a redhead and if I'm not mistaken, green eyes, which is an extremely rare combination, by the way, and you don't get to see that very often. So redhead and green eyes are absolutely stunning, and I think she's just breathtaking.
I
She's
didn't
so
like her. So she's beautiful, but when it came to performance, her swimsuit
much she was not good, but
audible.
I just feel that she can talk really well. So that's why I'm putting in the Galaxy section because I feel that she is going to speak well, and there's going to be something about her. You never know; she just might make it.
Yeah.
So that is
Okay.
why she's there. And performance-wise, no, not so much. Okay, so this is it. The winner circle, which we're categorizing obviously as the Cosmo section and the Cosmo categories. Guru girls are in no particular order, of course. The nation wants to know.
Have you subscribed to the Pageant Gurus YouTube channel yet?
If not, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified on our upcoming videos. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Just Pageant Us Crazy. Shukriya. Are in no particular order, of course.
Cambodia.
Oh my God. Okay.
Dominican Republic.
Much higher.
Peru.
Ah.
Thailand and Philippines.
Oh my God. There was no Puerto Rico in your... Was there
No,
Puerto Rico?
there is no Puerto Rico. Yeah, for once. She was
Because
like there
Guru
in
always
20,
has Puerto
twenty
Rico.
second. She was 22nd. So yeah, not happy
Okay.
with Puerto Rico for
Very,
a
very
change.
interesting winner circle in the Cosmo category. And in my Cosmo category, in my no particular order, of course, for me is Miss Philippines, Atisa. I do feel she'll make it because she's very popular and she's been fantastic so far.
Mm.
Um, this girl caught my eye. I am absolutely awed by her is Miss Ireland, Katie. Take a look at her height. Take a look at her walk. She reminds me of Priyanka Chopra. They
Yeah,
are
she
the
has a star
perfect,
quality.
absolute star quality. She is stunning. I wouldn't be surprised if she just takes the crown. I would love to see her take the crown. She is absolutely gorgeous, this girl. And and then in this some angles, she's Priyanka Chopra. I was like, oh my god, this girl is beautiful. And I would love to see Ireland make it. So Ireland is definitely there. Then of course, Miss Thailand, Mook is also in my winner circle. And this girl, well, everybody loves her. I do. Miss Vietnam, her name is Bui. I think she says it Bui or Bui. I don't know, but it's so cute. I love her name, so I had to say her name, Bui or Boo or something like that. It's so cute. And you know what, girl, you are my favorite, so you're definitely there in the winner circle, Vietnam. Congratulations. And finally, I'm sure Guru didn't mention her. She has the most beautiful hair, and I'm sure it's real. Miss Venezuela, Zareen. I think she is gorgeous. Venezuela is absolutely womanly and like so elegant, and her hair. I was like, oh, her hair. And I think, and Venezuelans are strong, so she's gonna talk well. So well, let's see. As you know, we have no idea how the competition is gonna play out tomorrow. We don't know what the cut's gonna be like. We don't know how many question answer rounds are gonna be there. We don't know if they have an individual advocacy or what. So we are fresh and new into this pageant just like you guys. So do share and let us know who are your top picks and who do you think is gonna make it and what do you think is gonna happen tomorrow. Are they gonna go Miss Universe? Are they gonna do Miss
I
World?
just hope
Or
it doesn't rain.
MGI style? Or is it gonna be an amalgamation of all three of them and we're gonna see this pageant?
I just
Let's see.
hope the rain gods stay away because it's an open air, setting, and we really want the rain gods to stay away so that we have a good pageant tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. We are going to do our watch party as usual. Our live reaction will come very soon, and we are really going to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So
Tomorrow is exciting because
excited!
we were as excited about the pageant season and it's already started and then we have a
And
new
her
one
Naz
coming
being,
and
yeah, her
and
Naz was the icing
after
on the cake.
that
Let's see what she wears tomorrow.
exactly. So now it's getting really, really busy for us because as soon
Oh,
as we're done with this, we're gonna focus on Miss Brand. So you don't want to miss the upcoming
yeah.
episodes coming up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified on our upcoming videos, and of course, follow us on Instagram as well and continue to be with us, engage with us, share your views. I love it when fans are messaging me in the night, telling me all sorts of gossip, and it's super fun. So it's really lovely. So a lot of hugs and kisses to all you sweethearts who have been so ardently following us and supporting us as well. And thank you for our 3,000 subscribers. And we hope to make you happy. And tomorrow, guys, of course, you're gonna
Oof.
watch the live show with us as well, and you're gonna get a live reaction and post your review all into one. So you're gonna wait for our next episode because it's gonna be a real fun one because we have no idea what we're gonna expect tomorrow. So well, guys, have a fantastic Saturday because it's all pageantry tomorrow,
Cosmo
and we're
time.
super excited. And it's Cosmo time, and then of course it's Miss Grand, and then it's of course it's oh my God,
Earth and Miss Universe is also
we got
just about
Miss
a month.
Earth, we got Miss Universe. Whew. Well,
All right.
gear up, guys. Well, sending a lot of love and positive energies. Take care. See you soon. Mwah. Shukriya.